use AI a lot of the times to help me generate stuff, and I never used AI ever in the years of having a podcast. And then like this recently, I was like, dude. It just falls off and it gets no more views. And that's the strangest thing with the algorithm that they have going on, is it's really derived around finding the problem children in the in the group. And by that I mean it goes after the scammers, the spammers, the double posters and stuff like that. And it's tough when you have a channel like mine. I'm not posting for necessarily to get a TikTok following. I'm not posting like to have one video blow up and pop off like some people might be doing. And I'm not posting reposts of other people's content because it's trending. Everything that I post is something that I've recorded myself here in my studio with the guests that I've had on my show. You know, I don't dip my toe in the water too much of trying to claim clout off of just being good at my computer use and my phone use and posting, you know, try to post my stuff. But that's just a personal preference. I know if I sat here for 12 hours a day the last couple of days instead of posting my personal show and the stuff that I've created, and I just posted what's viral right now, and I did what you could do with the ability that I have and the knowledge that I have of YouTube, you know, being able to just spam post viral memes and take stuff from TikTok and put it on there. I can do that. Maybe I will. But at the same time, this isn't what this channel is. And I want to talk to you a little bit how I went from being that kind of content creator, not creating content for anybody but myself and my show, and diligently posting about it and diligently getting my work out there. Went from 3 years I've had the show, coming on 4. I went from all-time views on YouTube was close to 1,000, maybe less, to now I went to 30,000 views on YouTube. And that's what's super awesome to me right now, because I went basically 30,000 views in 30 days. It's a little short of that. And that's not with posting anything that's viral, not posting anything that's trending, not posting. I mean, yeah, if there's a conversation that I've had on this show, and let's say I'm talking about Burning Man with my guest and they've been to Burning Man a bunch of times, you know, yeah, I'll take a clip of that conversation and I'll cut it down into a clip of the episode, and I'll go on my phone and I'll make a short. You know, that's just what you do to get it out there. It's now I'm finding myself trying to find a way to make these shorts on Adobe and, you know, really try to push the limits of this Adobe software that I do have and I pay for, because it's really powerful stuff, dude. Like having Adobe and being a content creator can really make or break the grounds at which you can take things. Like, or the sky's the limit when it comes to Adobe. You know, you can really go far with it, is what I'm trying to say. And, you know, I am terrible with Adobe compared to people out there. I really am. And don't get me wrong, you can check on some of my content I've created. I'm obviously not new at this. Like I'm never, you know, I can get stuff out there. I can make videos. I can edit them. I can record them clearly. But I'm dude, I suck, you know, like I really do. I'm trying so hard to put in some hours and to put in some self-learning and to really teach myself with every extra minute that I can, especially because I don't currently have any income other than disability, dude. Like I'm making the best time with what I got, bro. I got like 4 surgeries coming up. I got to get this part of what I have going on enough success to where I feel happy with it, man. And it's not even about the money or making success. It's about just self-satisfaction, bro. Like I just want to sit there and tell myself I did it. I got this done. I've been working on this for years and I let it fall off the map, you know. And this thing that I have, the name that I've claimed, Youngblood Podcast, you know, it's around because my last name is Young, dude. And it's something that, like, if I'm going to sit here and be like, well, it's my podcast, it's my name. And there's other people that probably want to use this name and are using this name. And I'm now currently competing with them as other content creators and stuff. So it's like, you know what, man, like if I'm gonna do this, I want to do it the best that I can. And, you know, just because the best that I can in the past has been where it was, doesn't mean the best that I can won't be better in the future, because that's my whole goal here is I really want improvement. And if I can get 30,000 in 30 days off of my old content that I've just learned how to actually master and produce and work on and edit. And by any means, it's not good compared to what it can be, but it's better than what it was. And honestly, man, it's really something that I'm excited to be doing. Yeah, it could be a hyperfixation. You know how that ADHD works, but I'm trying to hyperfixate on something that's not a video game or a mindless activity that's not going to get me anywhere because I'm not good enough at video games to make money on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that video gaming could be is a bad thing. Like, don't get me wrong. You can make fucking bank out there when you're good at your craft and you know how to market it. That's the biggest thing. Like, this is a craft I'm good at. Now, the other side of the things that I have to do is I have to market it. I have to get it out there. And, that's the number one priority for Young Blood Podcast right now, y'all. I do have decent camera gear. I am working on getting the most out of the camera gear that I have. I am currently filming with a Logitech Brio on this camera right here. And then I'm using a 2.7K camcorder right here on this camera, which is by far way worse of a camera than it should be. Like, for what it is, it's really not a very good unit. It was something that I bought over COVID on Amazon, and it's a knockoff model, but if you use the auto settings on it, it's trash. But if you know what you're doing a little bit, you play with the ISO, you play with the lighting settings on it, you can get a good picture out of it. And also, it is a 720p webcam, and that's kind of the bummer, is it only maxes out at 720p. I'm really not getting what I want out of these web cameras. I'm not getting the quality of footage that I need out of these web cameras. I'm using an iPhone 13 right now that I'm going to see if I can get the video and sync it with this audio as well. There's so much going on as far as what I need to do next, especially with zero budget. If I had a budget, I would immediately go buy a DSLR mirrorless camera that's got really good capability of handling this show and the quality that I want to release it in. But the simple fact of the matter is, no, I don't have that right now. I don't have the money. And what I do have is I have 3 cameras. I have a Sony Handycam, which is also another camcorder, which I can use the HDMI output on it to throw it into the computer through a capture card, which I used to do in the past. But I'm starting to veer away from that because unless it's a really high quality camera, it just doesn't look very good. It's really not the best option for those handy cams and for the camcorder I was using. The camcorder I feel like would be good, but the display options on it show up everywhere. I'm worried about that. I'm trying to figure out just the absolute best way to handle, because I want creamy footage. I want things to look and blend properly. I want myself to look clean in the camera. And I did like having a light behind me rather than this little light behind me. It's not really doing the job like I want it to. And so I think I'm going to switch those back like I had it in the last video. But that's all right. That's all right. We're going to go off there. And so with the new updates we got going on, back to the kind of the main premise of the topic talking about here is there are updates coming. They're coming slowly. They're coming but surely. Slowly but surely, they're coming. There we go. That's a better way to say that. But, it's getting out there, guys. And I really appreciate everybody for being a part of what I've been doing here and having some fun with me. I've been gaining subscribers by the day, and that's also why I wanted to release another video this morning, do a little vlog. I did not ever plan on doing personal vlogs on Young Blood Podcast. But at this point, I don't live in a city like Boise anymore where I know every other person and their mother, dude. So it's harder to get guests for me weekly on the show. I had Dylan last week come on, and this week I've got Alex coming on. It's going to be a fantastic show. He's a realtor out here in Colorado Springs, so I'm excited as hell to really give him a good time and a fun episode and to go all out for him on this. And one other thing, so I did kind of want to talk about YouTube more and the shorts algorithm a little bit and get some possible insight down in the comments if anybody does see this and has anything to say about this, because the simple fact of the matter is it sucks ass. I am not a new content creator, nor am I an old content creator. But what I have noticed in some of my own personal research is that YouTube is really heavily competing with TikTok right now, and they are doing whatever the fuck they can to figure that part out. And it's tough on some of these creators that have been following the same rhythm for the longest time. They've all followed their same rhythm, man. And now suddenly they got to change everything up on themselves. And but yeah, I've noticed that the YouTube Shorts algorithm could be kind of crutching, man. Like it tries to catch those that are double posting and spamming and scamming and whatnot. But it's also like I'm putting out videos where I can't necessarily have so much diversity, you know, like every one of my videos has a hashtag podcast in it. And, you know, I don't know how well that algorithm can accommodate for the fact that, yeah, I am posting the same content every day. I am posting the same shit every day, but the videos, the people are different inside of it. The words are different. So I'm really having to experiment with certain ways around that and see what's going to be best and how it's going to be best moving forward from here. Because the reality of the situation is, yes, I've gotten 30,000 views in 30 days. But if I continue to follow the same pattern that I'm going at, YouTube doesn't really like it. Maybe, yeah, my content's just not that good and I need to be putting out better content. Could also be that, you know, very likely. So there's more experiments to be done out here where I try to figure out. But if you have any tips, tricks, comments, concerns, or anything that you just want to say, you know, throw it down in the comments below, man. I'll get back to you. I promise, dude. Like, I am a baby content creator on YouTube. I'm not a baby content creator when it comes down to what I've been doing here. This is something that I'm really passionate about and I take very seriously. And I take the time of the people that come on my show very seriously. I do. And their time to me has made this show possible. So that's why it's so important to me. But YouTube Shorts, anyways, they are a game changer, but they're a pain in the ass. Talk to me about it. Comment down below if you think anything. Tell you what. Navigating this algorithm, dude, has been like super awarding and like dopamine feeling the first couple days, dude. I'm sitting there just like eating this shit up. Like, oh my gosh, I'm getting all these views. Oh my, like awesome, dude. I'm working so hard. Like this video blew up, this video blew up, this video blew up. Like, and it wasn't even anything crazy about the video. It was just a quote from one of my shows, from one of my guests, a couple seconds of them chit chatting, you know, and it really popped off. But I don't know if the seed audience that I have is just not doing it for YouTube. You know, their seed audience is, and if you don't know what a seed audience is, I highly recommend you go check out for YouTube, you know, their seed audience is, and if you don't know what a seed audience is, I highly recommend you go check out the YouTube creators page. They're actually employees of YouTube and they talk really informative stuff. But getting around being clickbaity, but also including enough text in my titles and stuff, because like it's really easy to sound clickbaity, dude. Like I use AI a lot of the times to help me generate stuff, and I never used AI ever in the years of having a podcast. And then like this recently, I was like, dude, somebody showed me the power of AI and what it could do, and I started putting my own writing into it and having it help me with my own stuff. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. So it's really easy to let the AI kind of take over and overdo things and take away the human element away from the writing. Also, it's weird because AI from YouTube is looking for AI in videos. I don't know how it works, dude. Like, and that to me is kind of like I've also posted a few videos, which is very simple. Like, hey, check out my page. Thanks for watching. And then a very simple title like podcast clips, you know, and they do just fine. And so in the 100 videos that I've posted and so on 50 shorts or close to it, generated close to 100 subscribers now and 30,000 views on YouTube. So here's the progress. Here's to you guys. Here's to 30,000. Woohoo. Thanks to everybody who played a part in those. And I actually wasn't very stoked on that at first because I thought originally that the views on YouTube are kind of like TikTok views. Like to me, TikTok views are bullshit. They don't really matter to me. They're just like, you can get, I have so many views on my TikTok. It's ridiculous compared to what I do here. And I don't try on TikTok. I could post some bullshit and get 10K, and it's just TikTok's just like that. But I did learn that the algorithm and the views on YouTube, they don't actually credit you with a view unless somebody's actually watching your video for a certain amount of time. The difference between YouTube and TikTok is impressions. YouTube is heavily based on impressions and views. And TikTok doesn't have this thing called impressions. They just have views. It's the same thing to them. Somebody kind of swipes by your video enough for them to look at your name for 2 seconds. They count that as a view on TikTok. So, I mean, the 30,000 views on YouTube to me is fucking radical as fuck, y'all. So, really, again, I can't thank you enough for that. One thing I just wanted to include on this one last part, if you're just checking into Youngblood Podcast and don't know exactly what the hell it is I have going on here, what I do here, who I interview, why I interview them, a lot of it is based off my old premise of the show is do as the locals do. Do as the locals do, man. What that means is this show is built off a very small hometown vibe, man. Boise, Idaho is super community based and community driven, man. And everybody loves each other, has each other's back. And over COVID, I started trying to interview my friends and start this podcast. And, it's really tough to get an interview based podcast going when nobody wants to come to your house and talk to you because of COVID. That was a really, really, really bad time for me to try to get people to come over, especially people who were really worried about COVID at the time. They were like, no fucking way. I'm not coming to your house. I am not coming to your house. I am not doing no interview into a microphone. I don't know how many people have talked into that microphone. It was tough to get it going. And then now here I am coming up on 50 episodes, all interview based, guys, all interview based episodes. I don't count these Monday morning podcasts or fucking, I'm not Bill Burr. I don't count these, morning solos or nighttime solos where I just throw some content onto YouTube as an actual episode. I don't throw these on the Spotify like I would a guest interview. Maybe I will, but I just don't personally like that. I don't think people listen to my podcast like that. They listen to it for the people that I bring on. And, I have gained a couple followers over the last couple years, people who do maybe enjoy what I put out. And if that is the case, I'm trying really hard to improve what I'm doing out here, guys. I'm trying to improve my quality of broadcasting. I'm trying to improve my quality of hosting. Really want to improve the way that I bring this to the platforms and how I make it available for all of you, especially when it comes down to the quality of my videos, the quality of the audio, the quality of my shorts and what's in them, not just the quality of the video. I mean by that, but what I'm actually putting out there, the content I'm giving you guys. And again, throw some likes, throw some subscribes if you really did enjoy this. If you did not, I appreciate you even stopping by anyways. Again, and guys, thank you. 50 episodes now, 30,000 views. I'm humbled. I'm excited. I'm ready to continue this next year that I have to heal and to have surgery and to bring you guys the best content that I can, because it gives me the opportunity to make this a full-time show and work on it full-time, because it really is. It's not at all by any means something that I just bust out in a couple hours a day, dude. I work full fucking time on this right now. And that's mainly worth working on old videos and making my computers both render on these 4Ks. And dude, a 4K episode that is a single full length episode of one of my older podcasts. I've taken the older quality video and upscaled it into the 4K for just a better viewing experience. It takes 25 to 35 hours per episode. And that's with the beast of a computer I have. I've got 32 gigabytes of RAM, a 5 gigahertz processor that's overclocked. It's a badass computer, 3060 graphics card, whatever that means to you guys. Some people out there know what that all means, but a lot of people are like, what the fuck are you saying? But yeah, man, it's a lot of work, and I'm happy to be doing it. I'm not complaining. I'm out here to be out here. That about wraps things up for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed this little Monday morning from your boy Casey at Youngblood. Remember, We're here every week right now. Daily updates on the old things, weekly updates with new content, bring you engaging interviews and conversations. Keep an eye out on our YouTube. It's really the most updated platform that I have. I'm trying to get the Instagram to be somewhat like it. The Instagram is yb.podcast. Also, the YouTube used to be Youngblood Podcast, one word. And then when YouTube and Google did their merge, turned into Youngblood Podcast, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever, bunch of numbers after it. And that sucked butthole to me. So I lost my original Youngblood Podcast handle, and somebody in that time had taken it, which is okay because now it's Youngblood.podcast. So it's really not that big of a deal. Youngblood.podcast. Last but not least, y'all, my name is Casey. This is Youngblood Podcast. It has been a fantastic journey. Thank you so much for being a part of it. If you get the chance, I know this is probably asking a lot. We do have a Patreon. It is $1 a month. It puts a lot of support out there. It puts a lot of opportunity for me to keep this going because, I did used to have it more expensive and I had subscribers, but now I have nobody. And it's only $1. So, help your boy out. Buy me a coffee. I don't know. I might even make a Venmo just so you can send me a link for some coffee or something, man. That'd be cool. I don't care. It's really nice to have you guys here. I'm Casey. This is Youngblood Podcast. Happy Monday.